Mr. Donahue, do you have any kind of little stories with making of this film?
Oh, sure.
Any kind of fun behind the scenes?
No stories at all. Actually, well, for the audience who's seen the film, the very first scene in the movie where David is laying down by the pool and his two friends join him, you know, I had a very specific setup in mind, so I tried to describe it to the actors, and I couldn't quite get them to do what I wanted, so I had to kind of go in there and lay down on top of David to show them where I wanted them to use him as a pillow, and I thought that was very funny. But once I showed them what the idea was in the setup, it went very well and worked very quickly. As far as casting the film, when I took the film to Tom Tangen, there were only two principal characters that had been cast, Jeffrey Olsen and Marcus Harwell, who play the two male romantic leads in the film. The two gay romantic leads, I guess we should say. Jeff is a wonderful friend, a stage actor from Chicago who moved to Hollywood to pursue a career on screen, and seems to be doing quite well. He's also starred in a wonderful stage production, and while he's been here already. And Marcus was funny. When I was looking for someone to play David, and I kind of had this idea that David would be patterned on Michelangelo's David, the statue of David, sort of this perfect man, this sort of image we have. Only the problem with our David would be that he was turning 40 and was no longer the youth. And I looked at several actors, and then nothing seemed to quite work out. And finally, Marcus Harwell had been doing some voice work for a very good friend of mine, Keith Hartman, who's also a film director and a novelist. And Keith was raving about Marcus and how wonderful he was and how terrific he was and all the different voices he could do and just what a great actor he was in general and what a wonderful, terrific guy. And I just thought, wow, I wonder what he looks like with his shirt off. And I went and talked to him and actually cast him without seeing him with his shirt off. I gave him a copy of the script. He was an early draft, but he liked it very much. And we put together an early table read with 5 actors. Keith Hartman himself read the narration for us, and I was there, and I read a bunch of the other character roles as well. And after that, I felt that we had enough of a project to bring it to Tom Tangen. And Tom very quickly assembled the whole cast and crew, brought in all the other actors, and held casting sessions. We worked together very well, and did a terrific job with the show. Really, you know, one of the reasons I specifically wanted Tom for the show is he's a wonderful host and a terrific entertainer, and he loves to throw parties. And when you work on one of his films, it feels like you're at a party. It feels like you're having fun with your friends and you're doing work, but it's a terrific entertainment as well. And that really infused that spirit into the film. And I think it's a subliminal subtext in every scene that everybody there, on and off camera, is having a good time and really enjoying the story. And it's a bit of a tough day for David, the character of David. But, you know, I think the care that the actors have for each other as friends and the cast and crew, I think it carries through. And one of the most telling comments at the premiere is a lady I know who's not an industry professional, but just a avid reader and film goer. And she came up to me and she said, "Oh, I hope you make the other films. I really want to spend more time with these characters." So that was very encouraging.
Yes, that's you know, great to hear a little bit from behind the scenes. But I also want to say that for me, I don't think you need to kind of specify, oh, it's a gay romantic lead, because I think in this film, like, they're the romantic leads, and I felt that this movie could be for anyone, you know, in mainstream, you know.
Well, there's a straight love story in the film as well, and we designed it specifically to be for a general audience. And in the same way that you would expect to go see a traditional romantic comedy, where some of the characters might be straight and some of the supporting characters might be gay, we said, well, the only real difference here is that it's a story about a lonely man who is looking for something more in his life. So it tends to be about you know, the sort of through line is David's voyage of discovery, but there's his sister and her troubles with her ex, He has a relationship with his nephew, who's a wonderful kid, and he wonders about having a family of his own. And then his next door neighbor, Tad, who gets quite unexpectedly thrown into a relationship with Virgil's mother, Anna. And that's a wonderful sequence where these two older, straight people stumble through a garden and fall in love in just a few moments. It's very, very sweet and wonderful. Ken Fix wrote a wonderful theme for it. And our editor tells us it's her favorite scene in the movie. She may be a little prejudiced. Tom Tankett is one of her best friends, and Tom plays Tad in the film and does a wonderful job. But it is a film for all audiences. And we deliberately decided to take a lot of conventions of what people would think of as gay cinema and turn it on its head. The sort of things that you would expect to see, or that might be a problem, we decided to turn that into an advantage. Or the sort of things that people might fear, we tried to show that people are people.
Yes.
From every angle. And the love of a mother for a child and her want for him to be happy, overrides all of our other concerns. And it's a very well thought out project. We did many table reads on it, and I had very long discussions with the actors about all the subtext behind it. Hopefully the audience will catch the majority of it, and I think it's there. The audience certainly responds. There's quite a few story reversals and surprises, and they respond very quickly and strongly to that. In fact, when I took a very early cut of the film to our Amalgamated Sound and Picture, one of the fellows there, who's a straight man, was sitting and watching the film, and we were just looking at it analytically to look at the sound. And there's a big surprise at the beginning of the third act, and he just gasped. He was in it. He just didn't matter to him if it was gay or straight or old or young. He just was interested in the story and the characters and the people. That was a good sign, I think.
Definitely, Miss Donahue, you have made a wonderful film that can be enjoyed by all. We thank you, and thank you for talking to us. Do you want anything else, like to say something? I mean, you can.
I think the only other thing I'd want to say is that everybody who worked on this film, it was a labor of love, and it was something that they did because they believed in the project and the quality of the project, and it was because they wanted to work with their friends, whether they were actors on set or whether they were friends who showed up and said, I took a week's paid vacation so I could work on the movie for free for a week. That's very touching. It really is a testament to the strength of character of the people who worked on the project. And Tom and I really appreciate it when people support us in that way. Really, there's a lot of people who will slam a door in your face in Hollywood, but it's also important to remember the people who will come and help. So we're very grateful to all those people.
Great. Congratulations and best wishes.
Thank you.
Thank you.